Hi everyone, welcome to Kalia. This is Mia. I hope you're doing well. I really hope you're doing well. Okay, today I want to talk to you about overthinking and how I really want, I'm actually really excited still. It's a good sign. Because no matter what seems to be happening or not happening, there's a lot happening. And we are in a very big movement forward, okay? And yes, there are some low vibe energies that are trying to stop that, but nothing can stop that, okay? And so don't give in to distractions and don't give in to anything that makes you think or feel that we're not headed in a positive direction, all right? And that things aren't moving, because things are moving. And as I've mentioned, we have a huge influx of light that is giving us a boost. So I really want you to free flow forward, and I want you to take out all the brakes. And so I want to address overthinking. Overthinking is something that a lot of us tend to do, and do. It paralyzes us, and it lowers our vibe, okay? And so we have been conditioned and programmed to believe that thinking is very efficient, and that is the only motor that can solve things and be productive and efficient and move us forward, whereas it is not very precise belief, okay? Our brain and our thinking is a tool, and it should be used in a balanced manner. And sometimes it's very good, and sometimes it can block us, okay? And that's not good, right? And overthinking paralyzes us, because we get into a spin with our minds, whether it be something that we did or that we regret, and we're all over it again and again and again. Should I have done that? Shouldn't I have done it? Was there something else I should have done? Blah, 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 blah. Or regarding any other concern that you may have, okay? It actually causes a brain death, so to speak. It just burns you out. It lowers your vibration, and I'm sure you've noticed you don't really reach any clear, positive, or productive answer, okay? So you might as well give it a rest. Seriously, we are spiritual beings, and our knowledge and our instincts and our support system and our guidance comes from the spiritual sphere, whether it be our celestial team or our own higher self. And in which case we need to give it space. Because when we are overactive in the brain, just thinking of it gives me a headache already. Really, I'm just imagining it, and my head is just, it's burning up. It is so damaging to us, okay? Breathing. I always talk about deep breathing. If there's anything, if you find yourself overthinking, if you are concerned about anything, breathe deeply and release. And decide, choose to whatever it is, okay? Whatever, even if it's a impending, something like really important, just give it a minute, okay? You even if it's for like an interview or, you know, an upcoming something that you have to deal with, and you're not sure how to act or what to say, trust me, you will not get it in this way, okay? However, if you do breathe and you release it, you put it aside, first of all, you can give it to your angels, okay? Always, any subject, any concern, anything, just deliver it. UPS, just deliver it to your angels and ask them nicely to help you with it and to help take care of whatever it is, okay? And also to help you receive clarity as to what is the answer that you're seeking for or the guidance that you're seeking for, okay? As to how to act or if you were right or whatever, okay? Now, if it's something, for example, that you are concerned about, something that you've already done, and then also give it to your angels and know that we are ever changing, ever evolving, every second, okay? And our reality as well, and others as well. And so repair can be done as well, okay? And you can turn around situations in which you feel that you may have erred, all right? But you need to enter a positive state of mind to be able to be inspired as to how to do that, okay? And you can also send energy, peaceful and positive energy, to anyone that you feel you may have hurt or wronged. Okay, I've talked about that I think a few times, right? By the way, I created a playlist with only 2 videos at the moment that are surrounding the subject of inner peace, okay? There are 2 videos that I feel have helped many people with an exercise, and I decided to just put them together in a playlist. It's called Inner Peace, and so that you can refer to it easily, you can find it easily, even if you've seen it, if you want to be reminded as to how to reach this state of inner peace that can help you also in what I'm talking about now, okay? So if it's something like that, that's one way of looking at it. And in this case, and in any case, okay, of concern, first of all, like I said, breathe. a few times, all right? No matter where you are, even if you're at work. I talked about this in my last video and probably many more. Even if you're at work, for a few seconds, you can do that in any situation. And that immediately stabilizes you, recenters you, and reconnects you with your higher self and your higher guidance and your calm, your peace of mind. And you create already a window to find your balance, to receive guidance or inspiration. Okay? That's one. If you have the time and possibility to do a little bit more quiet time that I keep talking about, that's even better. Okay? Just relax. Breathe in a few times and exhale and release, and above all, release anything that is concerning you, bothering you. Okay? Now, if you can do meditation, that's nice. If you can just rest, that's nice. If you can switch your attention to something nice and relaxing of any kind that appeals to you, that's good. Now, another thing I want to talk about, another thing that I want to mention briefly is meditation in the classic sense does not appeal to everyone, and not everyone feel that they can surrender to it, and it doesn't have to be in that form. Meditation occurs many times when we are doing something pleasant, relaxing. Sometimes it's in action, actually, in repetitive motions that do not need thinking, and then we enter a meditative state in which we also can be inspired, we can suddenly get ideas, we can get guidance, okay? Or it can be like just sitting in nature and appreciating nature, and it can happen that way, all right? So I tend not to use the word meditation, as you may have noticed in my videos, because I know that a lot of people have some kind of resistance to the word. It scares many of us. Scare is a big word. Not necessarily scare, but it feels like this big important process, and we don't know how to enter it. So I don't use that word too much. I think you understand what I'm talking about. Allowing the quiet, quiet is, by the way, normally an important part of entering this phase of receptivity, okay? And of course, it can happen anywhere and any way in your day-to-day life. Random, completely random, okay? And that's what I want to say. We may ask our angels for guidance, but we don't necessarily receive it as a direct answer, okay? Sometimes that happens, but most of the time It needs space. Because when we ask, normally we are already tense, okay? With the desire for the answer, with the concern. And so there's an energy of struggle there. There is already a blockage. So we can ask, but it's not that the angels don't want to give it. It's just we ourselves are creating some kind of a blockage to receive, all right? And so many times, most of the time, it happens randomly within your daily life in ways, places, and times that you would not anticipate, okay? Because that is when you are the most open. You don't put up any resistance. Resistance doesn't mean that you don't knowingly, consciously, willingly don't want. It just means, we have all these fears and doubts, and you know how sometimes we get tensed up about all kinds of spiritual things. I mean, I remember I met once someone that knew she had gifts, right? And it made her nervous. There is a fear element sometimes of the unknown, and because we are not accustomed and we are not educated or programmed or conditioned in this way of life that we have grown accustomed to, that this is something natural. It feels like we think, doesn't feel it, we think that it's supernatural, we think that it's weird, you know what I mean. So hopefully more and more of us will begin to understand that this is more than natural, and that it is not saved for special people. We all have a spiritual connection, we all have spiritual guidance, and we all have a higher self. So it should be normal. It is normal, okay? It should be perceived as normal. But anyway, we are getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. And so this is why we still have resistance. I went through that to try and just explain to you how we're built and what we're used to, and why we ourselves might be blocking our own free flow, okay? And so you may receive, for example, and it is of course very personal, so the examples could be millions, right? It is adapted to your personality and your form of blockages, and maybe you're more open in this time of day or in this occupation, and so on and so forth. One of the ways, of course, is in dreams, okay? In dream world, we may dream up a scenario that gives us guidance, okay? That's classic, and that may help you reach your conclusions, okay? Another way is just some kind of experience may happen in which either that you witness or that occurs to you, in which you suddenly understand the connection to your question, and you understand the answer through that, okay? That's just, and angels are very creative. I mean, very creative. It's really all a question of our openness, our receptivity. Okay, they communicate with us all the time. At this time, as I have mentioned, even more so. Okay, the veil is thinning, we are getting pushes forward, and they are so thrilled and excited to help us and to push us forward. And so they're there, they have always been there 24/7, but they're overactive now, okay? And we just need to reach more and more receptivity, more and more quiet time. Not only quiet time in which I have explained the breathing and everything and kind of resting, but also just as you go about your daily life, try less and less to hash things and pay attention to what your mind actually is harboring, okay? Try to dilute and declutter. If you find yourself thinking about, let's say, gossip that someone said or that you said or you overheard or whatever, you would know by now that that is low vibe energy. And if you harbor that, and you, sometimes I'm not judging, I'm not criticizing, and I'm just referring your attention to a very important point, by the way, that another tool that can enable you to upgrade and ascend, all right? On the whole, try more and more to empty your mind, especially of anything. Just check yourself. The mind is used to this. It has been programmed and it has been doing this forever. So it's like, you know, it's like a muscle that just goes on doing what it's used to doing. And so there needs to be some kind of over control just to lower the control, just to supervise and monitor what material you are showing in your inner video screen, okay? And I remember I talked about this, I think at least in one video, not recently, that scrolling on social media and allowing yourself to watch all kinds of things that are low vibe. And even you yourself say after, why did I even look at this? Why did I even stop there? Why did I even read this? It's not even interesting, okay? It's automatic. And so there is a need for you to start monitoring, because all this low vibe info is stuff that clogs your mind, okay? You're making dinner or you're doing the dishes, and what comes to your mind, instead of high vibe guidance, you're hashing out some silly scenario that you saw in a video or in a show, or that you read some silly post. That is harming you and your ascension and your higher guidance, okay? So you know how you declutter your home, and incidentally, at this time, it's a very good idea to declutter. I'm sorry, I remember things that I write as tidbits on the Facebook page, and I don't necessarily mention here. So when I remember, I want to tell it to you guys too. Decluttering is really good now. Always, but now is a good time to yeah, another level of decluttering. Just really get rid of anything that reminds you of anything that doesn't resonate or that doesn't lift you up, okay? So, and now is a good time to, I know I digress, but not really. Now is a great time to move into your new you in any way possible, to make you any little thing, symbolic even, that will make you feel that you are actually already in your new chapter, already, even before you see physical signs, because trust me, it is imminent. All right, but just get into that vibe, get into that energy, create the energy yourself, start celebrating it yourself even before the physical signs, okay? Get yourself some new slippers, I mean, a hairdo, a different way of doing something, okay? Just do something that will help you physically remember and feel that you already slipped into this new chapter, okay? Now, sorry, I moved away a little bit, but not completely. It's important. It's really important, okay? I want you to feel excited like I am. Whether you feel it in the air or not, okay? I want you to create that vibe. We are ending old chapters, and we need, it helps and encourages us to do anything from small to big that symbolizes for us personally that we're in a new chapter, that we are already the new you, the new us, okay? Now, obviously, I lost my train of thought, but I know I shouldn't have done that. My goodness. Okay. Oh, okay, got it. Declutter your mind, okay? Create that open space. That's another way, another tool, an important tool that you need to implement now. You need to work on that. Okay, not harshly, obviously not. Don't criticize yourself, don't beat yourself up once you realize that it's automatic. We are all conditioned and programmed. And I know that in leisure time, we tend to scroll just like without thinking, and we want some downtime, we want to chill out. That's fine, but you can still monitor that leisure time and that chilling out to things and info and videos and posts that are inspiring. Things can still be very light, not heavy, but that inspire us, that create a joy that is not based on anything low vibe, right? And that's in itself, that sentence in itself, rewind this video and listen to it again, okay? Check out what you absorb in your chill out time and make sure that it is not low vibe. It can be light, joyful, pleasurable and not low vibe. Okay, so any info that you absorb that is cluttering your mind does not, and that is not high vibration, because whatever, if you've seen a video that really inspired you, if you find yourself doing the dishes and thinking about that, that's not cluttering your mind, because in itself, if it's high vibe, it's inspirational. That means that it allows a free flow of your higher vibration, your creative flow. It opens that up. And so 1 minute you may be thinking about a sentence that has been said, the next minute you'll already be on your creative flow and think of something else interesting that came to you. Okay, that is one way to detect. Even a picture, if you scroll through beautiful pictures of nature or even of design, okay, it's inspirational, so it opens your creative flow. All right, there's nothing that lowers or clogs your mind or blocks your higher guidance. All right, so I think that is enough for today. I overdone the time limit that I made for myself, so because otherwise it takes much longer to upload, and I really want you to see these videos as fast as possible, and I don't want them to be lengthy for you. Okay, so I hope this has helped, especially for all those overthinkers. All right, open your mind to inspirational info and to higher guidance, and you will receive. And letting go of thinking will allow your free flow, and trust that your higher guidance will come into action as you flow, not necessarily as a plan. Trust your free flow and your higher guidance that is with you 24/7. Okay, I hope this has helped. I'm sending you much love. Bye.